Your tricep muscle is made up of three different heads. First, you have the long head, which is the part of the tricep located on the inside of your upper arm. Then on the outside of your arm, you have the lateral head, which for most people is the most visible and recognizable portion of the tricep, especially when looking from a side or a front angle. And finally, underneath those two heads, we have the medial head, which for the most part is covered up by the long and the lateral tricep heads, but it does pop out on the inside of the arm closer to the elbow, which allows it to contribute to your tricep width. All three heads combined are estimated to make up anywhere from 60 to 75% of your overall arm size. So if you want to develop bigger and wider arms, it's very important that you work all three tricep heads correctly and effectively. So today I want to give you 9 of the best tricep exercises, starting first with one of the most effective compound exercises that targets primarily the lateral and the medial tricep heads, the close grip bench press. Our triceps are highly involved even with a regular bench press, but for the close grip bench press, there are a couple differences that help target your tricep to a much greater degree. First, you want to lay on a flat bench under a barbell and grab it with a closer grip where your hands are about shoulder width apart. While you can go a little closer, don't take too close of a grip, because if you do, you're going to strain your wrists on every rep as you bring the bar down. Before unracking the bar, make sure you plant your feet into the ground, your shoulder blades should be pulled back together, and you should also maintain an arc in your spine. Then unrack the bar, bring it over your chest, and lower the barbell down. Unlike the regular bench press, we want to aim to bring the bar a little lower than our nipple line, right around where our sternum ends or where your upper abs meet the lower part of your chest. On your way down, your elbows should be nice and tight to your body. Do not flare your elbows out, because that'll put unwanted tension on your shoulders and on your wrists, and it'll also put you into a weak position. Stop the barbell about an inch or two above your chest before pressing the barbell back up to keep constant tension on your triceps throughout the entire exercise. Then repeat for reps. Since this is a compound exercise, you can lift some pretty heavy weight, which is great for muscle growth, so don't be afraid to challenge yourself and go heavy on this one. Another great compound exercise for the triceps is the dip. Dips on parallel bars will primarily work the lateral head of your tricep. They'll also hit the long head pretty effectively, and the medial head as well at the top of the contraction before lockout. To begin, you would grab the two parallel bars, then you would hop up and lock your elbows out so that you're hovering over the parallel bars. Now from there, you can perform dips two different ways, one of which will target more of your chest, while the other will target more of the triceps. If we were going to target more of the chest during a dip, we would want to lean forward. However, since we're trying to target the triceps, you want to concentrate on keeping your body as vertical as possible and your chest up throughout the entire dip. With that in mind, lower yourself down until your shoulders are about parallel with your elbows or just a little lower than your elbows. Then press back up by extending your elbows until your arms are fully locked out and you're back to your original starting position. From there, just repeat for reps. When doing dips, make sure that you're not flaring your elbows out. Instead, they should be nice and tight to your sides, and your wrists should be straight throughout the entire exercise. For the next one, we have an excellent isolation exercise that really helps target that long inner tricep head as well as the medial head. It's called the French curl, also known as the tricep overhead extension. And we can do this with an easy bar, or we can use a dumbbell. Both can work, but today I'll be using a dumbbell. To begin, you'll first want to take a seat on a bench with a heavy dumbbell resting over one of your knees. Once you get stronger and you're lifting a heavier weight load, you'll have to use some momentum to get the dumbbell up over your head. So pop the dumbbell up with your knee and place it on top of your shoulder for you to be able to readjust your grip. From there, you want to grab the dumbbell by the circular weight at the end with one hand stacked on top of the other, and the bar of the dumbbell resting in the webbing between your pointer fingers and your thumbs. Then press the weight above your head until both your arms are locked out to get it into the starting position. From there, you want to slowly lower the weight down behind your head while keeping your elbows nice and close together. Although a little bit of elbow flare is okay, don't flare your elbows out too far, as this will decrease the effectiveness of the exercise. Once your hands are about parallel with your elbows or a little lower, extend your elbows and raise the dumbbell until your arms are once again locked out above your head. Then repeat for reps. Ideally, to use heavy weights, you want to perform this exercise on a bench with a low cut backrest to take your core out of the equation and shift more tension onto the triceps. Another great exercise to target that inner long head is the single arm reverse grip cable tricep extension. For this one, you'll first want to raise the pulley all the way up to the top of the cable cross and attach a D handle. Then grab the D handle with a supinated grip so your palm should be facing up and your knuckles should be facing down. Lift the weight up by bringing the D handle down until your forearm is slightly higher than parallel to the floor. So your elbow joint will be at about a 60 to 70 degree angle, and that'll be your starting position. From there, while keeping your elbow tight to your rib cage, extend your arm and bring the cable down until your arm is fully locked out. While doing this, you want to remember to keep your hand in that supinated position and concentrate on driving your knuckles towards the floor. Then slowly lower the weight and bring the D handle back up to the starting position and then repeat for reps. Next up is one of the best exercises by far for your triceps, the skull crusher. But today, we're going to be doing it with dumbbells instead of an easy bar. And we're also going to be trying to target the long head a little more. First, start by grabbing 2 dumbbells and taking a seat on a flat bench with both dumbbells on your knees. Then lay back and press both dumbbells up until your arms are locked out straight above your chest. From there, you want to bring your arms back a bit towards your head to help you concentrate more on that long head of the tricep. Then bend your elbows and lower the weights down until the dumbbells pass around your ears. Then simply extend your arms until the dumbbells are back to their original starting position and repeat for reps. When doing these, make sure you don't make the mistake of flaring your elbows out and that you're also not swinging on each rep. Specifically with skull crushers, when bringing the weight down behind your head, it's very easy to incorporate momentum and cheat by using your shoulders and lats. So make sure that your elbows stay in one position and that you're not swinging back and forth. Pretty much only your forearm should be moving once you get into position. Now, out of all the exercises that I've already talked about today, it's a good idea to try to start your tricep workouts with either skull crushers, the close grip bench press, or dips so that you can really challenge yourself and go heavy for at least one of these high reward tricep exercises. Let's move on to a very common but effective exercise for the lateral head on the outside of the tricep pushdown. For this one, you want to raise the pulley all the way up to the top of the cable cross and attach either an easy bar or a straight bar. Then grab the bar and bring it down right around to your chest while having your elbows locked close to your ribs. At the same time, you want to lean slightly forward so that the weight doesn't pull you off balance as you're doing reps. I like to stand with a staggered stance with one foot in front of the other to help me maintain better balance, but you can also perform this exercise with both feet even with each other. From that position, simply extend your arms and bring the bar down until your arms are once again fully locked out. Then slowly lower the weight back to the original starting position and repeat for reps. Remember to avoid the common mistake of swinging your elbows back and forth to gather momentum. You also obviously don't want to flare your elbows out. And the last mistake goes hand in hand with this one. Don't lean over the bar and press the weight down. This is usually a sign that you're going too heavy to be able to extend the elbows with good form. Another great tricep exercise that has been around forever is the dumbbell kickback, but I want you guys to do this with a slight variation. Normally you would perform kickbacks by grabbing a dumbbell in one hand while planting your opposite hand and opposite knee on a flat bench. However, this time I want you to plant your elbow on the bench instead of your hand. What that's going to do is it's going to get your upper body a lot lower, which I found to be really helpful for increasing the amount of tension placed on my tricep throughout this exercise. So you can try this and see how you like it, but either way, the exercise is performed the same way from here. You would start with your elbow bent close to your ribs and your forearm along with the dumbbell hanging straight down towards the ground. From there, you would just extend your arm and bring the dumbbell straight back until your arm is fully locked out. Then lower the dumbbell back down and repeat for reps. Again, it's important to remember not to swing your elbow and the dumbbell back and forth because that'll take tension off of the tricep and switch it over to the back of your shoulder, as well as incorporate too much momentum. Next, we have the cable overhead tricep rope extension. For this one, you would attach the tricep rope to a pulley that's raised all the way up on the cable cross. Then you would grab the rope and turn around so that the rope ends up behind your head. Now, you can do this one of two ways. With the first setup, your upper arms would be a little higher above parallel with the ground, and you would be leaning forward in a split stance with one foot in front of the other. Then from there, with your elbows nice and close together, you would extend your arms and bring the rope straight out in front of you. Then bring it back to the original starting position with the rope behind your head and repeat for reps. Again, don't flare your elbows out and don't swing them back and forth while doing this exercise. Now, the second way to perform this exercise is by going directly above the head. So now, instead of raising the pulley all the way up, you would lower it down and stand once again with your back to the cable cross and the ends of the rope in your hands. Also, make sure you're standing close to the cable. Now, your upper arm will be much more vertical, and the goal is to extend the rope straight up above your head like we did before with the overhead dumbbell tricep extensions. So again, while keeping the elbows nice and close together, extend the arms above the head, then lower back down nice and slow, and repeat for reps. Finally, for the last exercise, I want to go over a bodyweight exercise that you can do anywhere, even at home, and that's the diamond push-up. You would start by getting down on the ground on your knees and placing both hands close together with your fingers touching in what looks like a diamond position. Then straighten your legs and come up into a push-up position with your heels, your tailbone, and the back of your head in a relatively straight line. Then lower yourself down to the ground with your elbows nice and close to your body and press back up to your original starting position. Then repeat for reps. To make this exercise more challenging, you can stack weights on your upper back before starting. And as always, make sure you avoid the common mistake of flaring your elbows out while doing the push-ups. They should instead be close to your ribs the whole time. Also, make sure that you don't drop your hips down and you don't raise them up too high, as this not only limits the effectiveness of the exercise, but it also can lead to lower back pain. That about wraps it up, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got at least a few new ideas on how to challenge and develop your triceps to help them grow bigger, wider, and stronger. I would take these 9 exercises and do a few of them on your first arm day of the week and the rest on the second. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. And also, if you're looking for a done-for-you program that'll help you develop not only your triceps, but also other muscles in your body, like your chest, back, shoulders, and legs, and you want to skip all that trial and error, just visit my website where we have challenges designed to help you achieve your body transformation goals, whether that's building muscle or burning more fat. You'll get a customizable meal plan that'll change as your metabolism adapts and changes throughout the entire program. You'll also get a full workout plan with a full video exercise library so you're never left confused, as well as a recipe book and an accountability coach that'll be there to guide you through the entire process. And you'll get much, much more. To find out more, you can click the link below in the description, or you can visit my website directly at gravitytransformation.com.